Hello everybody and welcome to Gleipnir episode 13, season finale anime review, the final episode. And yeah, it was pretty alright, you know. It summed up Gleipnir in a nutshell, I think. You had the lewd fan servicey bit. You had the actually pretty alright plot in a edgy sort of way, but it's not too bad. You had the badass fight scene. You had, I mean, the conclusion wasn't really a conclusion. It was just like the story keeps going on and go read the manga for more. But it was fine, you know. The fight scene saved the episode, made me like the episode a lot more, I think, because it was pretty damn good. That's what I'm going to say. So yeah, how this is going to work, in case you're new here, I say it every time. I'm going to talk about the episode itself, final episode, how I thought about that. And then afterwards, I'll talk about the series as a whole for a bit. And God, I still don't know how I feel about this series. And we've got through it. I've not quite nailed down my opinion on it, but I will do my best when we get there. Anyway, let's crack on to the episode, see how everything went down and everything. Let's do this. We start off with this girl. I don't know if we've seen her before, but basically she gets killed by Ghost Honoka. Elena says she can't save her, which kind of weird. Why was Elena there in the first place? Just to tell her, you're about to die, son, and I can't do nothing about it. Son, sure. Shuichi asks Yoshioka and Yota, I think his name's Yota, who cares, he's not important, basically asks them, he's like, give me your coins, basically. Shuichi is now a completely different person. He's gone from simp to kind of a badass, is sort of where we're at with Shuichi. He's evolved, which is good, you know. Claire wants to rent a movie and go to Shuichi's place, where Shuichi wants to go out into the mountains, but she's like, if you don't let me come around your house, we're done, you know. And it's like, at first I was like, that seems a bit harsh. She wants to get on with it. But then, as we get on to it in a minute, made a lot of sense why she was so insistent, desperate, whatever you want to call it, to get to his house. Makes a lot of sense. Not even thing I thought about before. And then they hug for a bit, and that's nice and everything. You know, I've said it like it would be nice, but it's them, so it isn't. At this point, it's just nice, you know. It's nice to have those two. There's no faff. It's like, well, I mean, the faff is called Elena, but that's, you know, memories are wonky, you know. That's fine. So yeah, then she goes to his house, and immediately something is off. Like, it's not normal. Shuichi's house is a wreck. He's not cleaned in like a long time, which, you know, that seems like a really weird, like, surely Shuichi should at least be cleaning up the place, but he's not. So does he just think his parents come home in the dead of night and clean the place up? Like, that's why it looks normal all the time? Because eventually, right, if you lived in a house that never got dirty and you never cleaned it, and your parents came home super late at night, like, what would you even think there? Like, I'm confused what he thought, but it's not even a plot hole. It's literally a nitpick, and that's what it is. And it really doesn't affect my opinion on the show at all. But damn it, I'm gonna point it out. And now I point it out, you're gonna be like, actually, yeah, why is that like that? But yeah, then Claire reckons, hey, Elena's probably behind his not seeing this and his memory and all that. Probably Elena. Shuichi then catches a whiff of Claire, which causes his memory to go back to, he sort of remembers Elena, he remembers bits and pieces, and then he takes Claire down and rips her shirt very quickly, and it's like, this is the kind of content that I am here for. And Claire's pretty on board with it. She's like, yeah, you know, do whatever. And then Shuichi sort of snaps back to reality and is like, hang on a second, what am I doing here? Kind of weird. But then, yeah, then the chokers that lady put on them, the leader, they snap up, they come off basically. They're free. She rings them and is like, hey, we don't want nothing to do with you. You guys are messed up. We don't want nothing to do with you. We'll give you the coins tomorrow or whenever it was. So that's good stuff there. However, not actually what's going down. They're actually planning to give the coins to Elena because they don't think they should be searching for the coins. Basically, they put their trust in Elena, and they're, I guess, going to get Shuichi's coins and give them all to Elena as well, is basically where I think they were going with it. Shuichi and Claire, obviously, they know something's up. They're not silly. Shuichi's confused about the Elena memory. Like, the next day, he's all brooding and distant about it. He's like, man, I wonder what that memory was about. And then we see bits and pieces more. I think this is from Elena's point of view now. My interpretation of it is the ghost Honoka only went after Shuichi sort of because he had memories of real Honoka. Like, the ghost seems to... If you look at the people it's gone after, it went after the girl who we later learn is a classmate of Honoka. Was it Honoka or Aiko? Whichever one. And yeah, then it went after her, and then you knew Shuichi. So maybe it only goes after people she knew, and by Elena messing with his memories, it won't go after him anymore, so he's safe. That's kind of how I sort of interpret it. She's a full-on good guy now, you know. That's basically how I see it. But then she says a scary thing. She's like, if she remembers, the world ends. She being the ghost. She's like, if she remembers the bonds, then the world ends. And that's not good. World kind of need that to continue existing. That's pretty important. Second bit starts with that cute girl. Remember her? She's done basically nothing. I thought she was going to be a bad guy. No, she's done nothing. She's moving away, it turns out, which is a shame because, like, she's done nothing, as I said before. She spots Claire and Shuichi, whatever they're doing, and then turns out they're being followed by Invisigirl, but then they set a trap for her. Claire pushes her into the water and breaks her phone. I hope she's going to give her a pay for a replacement to neutralize her. Shuichi, the guys don't want... Shuichi meets with the guys, like, I forgot that Yota and the plant guy, I can't remember his name. Plant guy doesn't want to give Shuichi the coins. Yota, though, Yota's sort of more on their side, because he tells Shuichi, hey, Yoshioka's gone to the riverbank, you know, she's got the coins, go get her and everything. So, I think he is sort of, like, he seems to be acting sort of independently. He's sort of on Team Shuichi, it seems. Yeah, then the cute girl sees Claire running and stops to give her a hand. Later on we find out it was to give her a ride on the bicycle to get to the riverbank faster. So, yeah, because Shuichi texts Claire where they were going as well. Probably should have mentioned that. Yeah, Yoshioka gives... Then everything starts happening all at once. Yoshioka gives the coins to Elena. Shuichi shows up and asks if Elena did what, you know, mess with her memory to protect him. So, you know, that's going on as well. Cute girl gave, what's-her-name, a ride on the bike. She then, it turns out, she also liked Shuichi this whole time, and I was like, oh, I want to care, but you've done nothing of note, so I don't. But hey, you helped Claire get to the riverbank faster, so that's good, I guess. It turns out Elena might not have been the one that transformed Shuichi. Shuichi might have been the one that dragged Elena into this. So, you know, that's also a thing. I didn't even consider that, but that's what it seems as well. Especially because in the flashback, Shuichi was like, I got to do something about the ghosts. Makes it even more likely that it's his fault, sort of, that everything went to hell. Claire shows up and brings out the plush of the mascot, and both Shuichi and Elena are both like, oh no, that's the mascot, you know. Maybe you should burn that thing, Elena, you know. If you're going to freak out seeing it, maybe you should definitely get rid of that. Shuichi remembers, gets his memories back, and everything. Elena tries to get him to forget her again. He jumps out, they transform, fuse, whatever you want to call it. I still don't know what to call it. She gets inside him. And then there's a brief fight that breaks out. We see more of his memories. Turns out his parents were likely killed by the ghost Honoka. So yeah, then he says something like, her scent is sad, Elena. Because Elena's a good guy at this point. Like, there's not even like an anti-hero type thing in my brain. If anything, Shuichi is the anti-hero, Shuichi and Claire. And like Elena's like the protagonist, which makes sense with what they've been saying for the last few episodes, which we'll, again, at the end, we'll get to. But yeah, then they have a big old fight, and it's pretty damn cool. That's one thing. Wasn't expecting this show to have such good fights, such good animation for the fights. So they did good there. But yeah, then Ghost Honoka shows up, asks Shuichi who she is. He's gonna say it's Honoka, and Elena's like, nah, don't say that. Because it's not Honoka, is it? It's Aiko. Or is it Honoka? Is this Honoka or Aiko? No, it's Honoka, right? My brain is fried here. But Yeah, it's Honoka because Aiko killed herself, and then Honoka got killed by Matey Boy. Yeah, I'm remembering. This is all over the place. So the ghost is sort of Honoka. She shows up, doesn't. Elena doesn't let him say that it's Honoka. He shoots then he goes into the Shadow Realm and shoots a bunch of them, and it's kind of like that part in Evangelion where it's quite near the end. Maybe I shouldn't say that. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, then Elena shows up in the Shadow Realm, and she gets shot as well. But then the real Elena erases his memories again, which I don't really get how that works, because when he comes back to, he still remembers a lot of stuff. So his memories clearly couldn't have been too erased. Also, like, Claire was in there? Like, did they do something to her? Probably not. She probably can individually target. But, you know. Also, during the fight, they were, like, proper in sync. They were, like, there's a part with I was going to say the sword, the gun. They, like, flip it at the same time and it shows, like, both of their faces. It was pretty cool. Yeah, his memories got resealed, which caused the ghost to piss off, basically. It's like, I don't care about a monster. I only care about people's bonds. And I guess... I mean, poor Shuichi, and it can talk at least, we know that much as well. And then it's just something about the place. And Elena's like, they ask about it, and Elena's like, that doesn't concern you. But then Claire's just like, is that the spaceship? And yeah, it's probably where the spaceship is. Like, because that guy's guarding it. That guy whose name I've forgotten. Kaito. Kaito is his name. Naoto is the one working with Elena. So yeah. Then Shuichi says he's going to win. Him and Claire are going to win this game and get 100 coins. And then Elena's like, nah, man, we're going to get 100 coins. They're just like, why don't you just work together? Like, the only reason I can see that they're not working together is Elena doesn't want Shuichi involved. Unless literally the ghost gets... If Shuichi remembers and the ghost gets Shuichi, unless that literally causes, you know, the world to end. In that case, then it's a good plan not getting him involved. But if it's just because, oh, I don't want him to get hurt, that man, he's stronger than you. Well, I mean, maybe not, but he fought you to a standstill pretty much. You need the manpower. You need the fighting power. Plus, how many coins? I mean, the other guys must have given him at least 20 coins, right? How many do they have? I'm not keeping track, but they gotta be close now, right? Just work together. It's so much simpler. But hey, whatever. And then we get the ending part where it shows everyone going about their daily life, and Shuichi's like, I might not be the main character, but, you know, we're going to find the answer at the climax. And it's like, it's funny because of this show and using the word climax. Do you get it? Do you get it? But yeah, no, that's where we end. I'm going to guess that Elena and that are like the protagonists, and they're like the anti-hero rival characters, except we're seeing it from the other perspective. If that makes any sense. And then Kaito's definitely the villain. I don't even think he's that bad really either, although the ghost is going around killing people, which is less than good. So yeah, that was the end of the episode. As a finale, I thought it was alright. I guess fighting Kaito is the true final battle, I guess. Am I interested to see how it ends? Yeah, I am interested to see what happens next. Not interested enough to immediately seek out the manga, but like, hey, I might get there, because it's been such a weird show. This finale, yeah, it worked for me, I think. I think if you expect them to wrap everything up, like I said, practically impossible. I said that last week, I think. I was like, there's no way they're wrapping everything up. But I think they wrapped up a decent amount. Not too fond of Shuichi getting his memories resealed, because, you know, it kind of undoes the work we've done the last couple of times. Also, like, doesn't Claire still have the plushie, and the plushie is what triggered his memory to come back? Can't you just show him the plushie again? Or am I way oversimplifying this? Did it only work because he'd already started to break through, and this was like, it was like the wall was cracked to his memories, and then the plushie like smashed it open? Is that what it is? And now the wall is back fully sealed again. It's a weird analogy, but I think it works. But yeah, I thought it was a fine finale. A finale. That was pretty bad. But yeah, the series as a whole, God, what do you say about Gleipnir? It is somehow got decent characters and decent character development. And also it's like the most ecchi thing at the same time. Like it's somehow really alright, really quite decent in some points, and then like really trashy in others, and it somehow mashes together to make a damn enjoyable show. It's definitely the most unique show I think I've watched in a while. Like, just everything about it. And there's actually, like, this show could have easily been, like, a 1. Like, I could see people giving this a 1. I could see people giving this a 10, you know, depending on where your opinion on it lies. Like, some people would see all the ecchi, edgy trash and be like, terrible. But then, like, if you look past that, which I'm pretty good at, it doesn't bother me, you know. There's actually some decent stuff here, which is, I thought it was alright. Maybe I'm in the minority there, but I thought it was quite alright. Much better than I was expecting, especially from the early episodes where they went hard on the ecchi, but then, like, when you get used to it, it's just a bit like, it's like, whatever, it's part of the scenery, who cares, you know. Is it bad that I'm getting used to boobs? Can we get that on a t-shirt? I'm getting used to boobs. I wouldn't wear that. I'd get so many odd stares. But no, Gleipnir as a whole, I wish they did more with the cute girl. I don't even know her name. That should tell you everything you need to know. Claire's great. Elena's great. Shuichi got great. Like, everyone hates, like, whiny, you know, characters. Like, whiny male leads. It doesn't do much for a lot of people, I think. But hey, Shuichi got past that. Like, I'm one that could, like, wade through the early days as long as they get better. And Shuichi definitely got better. When he killed that dude, that was pretty badass. Like, I was like, yes, he's evolved. Yeah, I've enjoyed Gleipnir. The sound's been pretty good. The fighting, as I said, has been consistently really good. There's still a lot of like, what was with the fusion when he fused with Yoshioka? Did they ever really explain that? I don't think they did. Like, there's other stuff here still we could talk about, and, you know, there's still unsolved mysteries. It's a perfect ad. It's like an ad anime, right? Where it's like, now go read the manga. And this is like the perfect way to do that, where you've given enough closure to where it doesn't feel like a waste of time, but there's still enough open stuff left to where you're like, I'm gonna go read to find out what happens next, or just pester them for a season 2. If this gets a season 2, I'd watch it. You know, there are some things I dread getting season 2. This was all right. I'd be okay with this. You know, maybe not immediately. Like, in a couple years, they were like, hey, Gleipnir season 2. I'd be like, cool, all right, I'll watch that. You know. But if they announced it, like, immediately afterwards, they're like, yeah, it'll come out in like 9 months. I'll be like, that's a bit too soon. I don't really care that much. If that makes any sense whatsoever, probably doesn't. But no, my verdict on Gleipnir, it was. If you can look past the, like, super edgy stuff, which I know some people can't, I think it was an alright show. So there's my final in-depth verdict. But anyway, let's wrap this up now. Thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. If you're wondering what I'm watching the next coming season, there's a video up right now on the channel, what I'm watching for the next season. So check that out to know what I'm watching. Funny how that works. I will see you in whatever you decide to watch next. Take care, and bye guys.